Lee and I are going to be talking about something that's going to be happening in my backyard, the backyard brawl. West Virginia at Pitt. Pitt, a 7.5-point favorite in this one, totals at 51. Don't forget, head over to BetMGM Sportsbook for our promo up to $1,000, your first risk-free bet using promo code MORNING. My Lord, am I excited for this game to see Pitt bringing back an offensive line from last year that kept Kenny Pickett in high standings. Keaton Slovis transferring in, but West Virginia, man, don't count out those Mountaineers. So going into Acrisure Stadium, though, I think these teams are both going to be maybe shaking off some kinks, and then the game Pitt may run away with it. That's just my opinion and what I see from the Panthers this year, with a lot to prove that last year was not a fluke. So, Lee, I want to know what you're thinking. What do you like? What do you want people to be putting their money on coming Thursday night?
I think we're on the same page. I like Pitt in this game. They've got enough players back on both sides of the football that they're not going to have to make as many adjustments as West Virginia is. Obviously, the big news out of Pitt is replacing Kenny Pickett, and Slovis he'll be a nice replacement. He's got 58 career touchdown passes for USC. He's completed 68.4% of his passes. As you mentioned, they've got their starting offensive line is back. They've got a deep stable of running backs. They've got a couple wide receiver transfers. So I think the offense is in really good hands this year in Pitt. I don't expect him to miss too much of a beat. Obviously, Pickett is a difference maker. So, he's not going to just slide in there and do what he did. The interesting thing here is West Virginia also has a former USC quarterback with JT Daniels. He gets his opportunity after sitting behind Bennett last year in Georgia. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic here with two USC quarterbacks facing off. But again, as we mentioned, Pitt's just got more players back on both sides of the football. West Virginia's offensive line, they've got 5 starters back, but they were last in the Big 12 in sacks allowed and tackles for a loss. So I don't think they'll be very good this year. West Virginia was 73rd in offensive efficiency a year ago. Yards per play, they averaged 5.1. They're 107th in yards per point. So they've got a lot to do on that side of the football. So I just don't see them scoring enough points necessarily to keep up with Pitt in this game.
So you're going to say the over 51 and Pitt at -7.5.
Yep, I'm going to side with the over on this also. I'm betting the number in this game of 51. Last year, West Virginia was 5-8 to the under, but 7 of those 13 games finished with 51 or more points. Pittsburgh started the season last year with 5 straight overs. Vegas adjusted. They finished 8-6 over for the season, but Pittsburgh games last year finished with more than 52 points, 11 out of 14 games. So I expect West Virginia to score just enough points here. I expect Pittsburgh to score a lot of points here, and I think they'll both get over that total.
Yeah, I think you can expect Pitt to score a lot of points. The reason that I liked betting maybe the spread better was because I just want to see what Keaton Slovis is going to be like in this offense first before I just go off of Kenny Pickett last year, but all valid points in what I saw when I was evaluating whether I take the total on that as well. So Lee, couldn't agree more. I am so beyond excited for the backyard brawl. You have no idea. So everyone, if you like Lee's picks, remember, go to picksandparlays.net, use promo code NFL, saves you 20% off the entire site. You can see Lee and the rest of his picks as well.